400,000 people are searching for longevity secrets. You're one of them. Methionine restriction is the answer. It's a dietary intervention that's showing promising results. For instance, a study on rats at the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that those on a methionine-restricted diet live 20% longer than their counterparts. That's significant. You won't believe the results, but it's not just about living longer, it's about living healthier too. People on this diet have been known to have improved insulin sensitivity and reduced inflammation. This is happening in labs now, with scientists like Dr. Rosalind Anderson making groundbreaking discoveries. You can try it too, by making some simple changes to your diet. Did you know that methionine is an amino acid found in high amounts in meat and fish? Surprisingly, some of the longest living populations in the world, like the Okinawans, naturally consume very low amounts of methionine. They live on a diet rich in sweet potatoes and seaweed, which are low in methionine. It's fascinating to think that something as simple as changing your diet could add years to your life. You have the power to take control of your own longevity. You might be surprised to learn that methionine is an amino acid that plays a crucial role in your body's ability to build proteins. Think of it like Lego blocks. Methionine is the first block that sets the foundation for the entire structure. Without it, the whole thing collapses. You need it to survive, and it's essential for various bodily functions. For instance, methionine is used to produce cysteine, another amino acid that's vital for immune function. In fact, a study on mice found that those with restricted methionine intake had a 40% lower immune response to infections. But what if you restrict it? Some research suggests that limiting methionine intake can actually increase lifespan. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. Take the case of Dr. Walter Longo, who put himself on a methionine-restricted diet and saw significant improvements in his overall health. Interestingly, some species of turtles can survive for decades without eating, and scientists believe it's because they have a unique ability to recycle methionine in their bodies. You might not be able to live like a turtle, but understanding the importance of methionine can help you make informed decisions about your diet and health. Meet mTOR, the protein that controls growth. Methionine activates it. When mTOR is active, your cells grow fast. But fast growth means fast aging. Think of it like a sports car. It can go from 0 to 60 in seconds, but it'll also burn out faster. You see this in action with mice studies, where restricting methionine has been shown to increase lifespan by up to 30%. For example, a study on mice at the University of Wisconsin found that mice fed a methionine-restricted diet lived 30% longer than those on a standard diet. That's like adding an extra decade to your life. But here's the surprising part, mTOR also plays a role in memory and learning. It's been shown that when mTOR is active, it can actually improve cognitive function. So, it's not just about slowing down growth, it's about finding a balance. Restrict methionine, and mTOR slows down, your cells live longer. It's like hitting the brakes on a speeding car, giving you more control over the road ahead. You can apply this to your own life, by being mindful of your methionine intake, and potentially adding years to your life. In 1953, two scientists made a bet that changed everything. They discovered that methionine restriction increases lifespan in rats. The results were stunning. Rats live 20% longer. But what about humans? The answer is surprising. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve a nail, but methionine restriction is even stronger. Take the example of Walter Longo, a scientist who put himself on a methionine-restricted diet and saw significant improvements in his overall health. He's now 60 years old and still going strong. You might be wondering how this works. It's actually quite simple. When you restrict methionine, your body starts to produce more antioxidants, which help protect against cell damage. But here's a surprising fact: did you know that some of the longest living people in the world, like the Okinawans, naturally have low levels of methionine in their diets? They live on a diet rich in seafood and plant-based foods, which are naturally low in methionine. This has led some scientists to believe that methionine restriction could be one of the keys to a longer, healthier life. You can try it out for yourself, but be warned, it's not easy. You're eating methionine right now. It's in your food. Meat, fish, and eggs are rich in methionine. For instance, a 3-ounce serving of salmon contains about 800 milligrams of methionine. But what if you restrict it? You can try a vegan diet. Or just eat less meat. The effects are immediate. Your body starts to change. You feel the difference. This is because methionine plays a crucial role in various bodily functions, including the production of antioxidants. Surprisingly, methionine is also used by your body to produce a gas called hydrogen sulfide, which is toxic in large amounts but has protective effects in small amounts. As you reduce methionine intake, your body adapts by changing its metabolic pathways. You might notice improvements in your cardiovascular health, with some studies suggesting that low methionine diets can lower homocysteine levels, a risk factor for heart disease. For example, a study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that participants who followed a vegan diet for 5 weeks had significantly lower homocysteine levels. You can experience these changes firsthand by making conscious food choices. By being mindful of your methionine intake, you can take the first step towards a healthier you. Most doctors get this wrong. They think methionine restriction is dangerous. But the evidence says otherwise. You can look at the work of Dr. Steven Spindler, who has conducted extensive research on methionine restriction. His studies show that restricting methionine can increase lifespan by up to 30% in mice. For instance, a study published in the journal Cell Reports found that mice on a methionine-restricted diet lived for 935 days, while those on a standard diet lived for only 725 days. You can try it without worrying. The benefits outweigh the risks. Don't believe the myths. Methionine restriction has even been shown to have anti-cancer properties. Surprisingly, some species of turtles are naturally methionine restricted, which may contribute to their remarkable longevity. You might be surprised to learn that the oldest known turtle, Jonathan, lived to be 187 years old. This natural example suggests that methionine restriction can be beneficial in the long term. By restricting methionine, you may be able to tap into these benefits and improve your overall health. It's time to rethink what you've been told and explore the possibilities of methionine restriction for yourself. Here's the wild part. Methionine restriction doesn't just increase lifespan, it also improves health span. You'll live longer and healthier. Take the example of the Okinawans, who traditionally had a methionine-restricted diet and lived up to 81.2 years on average, with many centenarians still actively farming and gardening. The twist is that it's not just about the years you live, but the life you live in those years. You'll be active, strong, and happy. In fact, studies have shown that methionine restriction can increase human lifespan by up to 15%. But what's really surprising is that it can also change the way your body responds to stress, by increasing the production of a specific enzyme that helps to neutralize free radicals. You'll be resilient, both physically and mentally. The question is, are you ready to try it? It's not about depriving yourself, but about making conscious choices that will pay off in the long run. You can start by reducing your intake of methionine-rich foods, such as meat and eggs, and increasing your consumption of plant-based alternatives. The payoff will be worth it, as you'll be living a longer, healthier, and happier life. You'll live 20% longer with methionine restriction, a staggering statistic that's hard to ignore. But will you try it? The answer is up to you. Consider this, a study on mice found that those with restricted methionine intake lived up to 40% longer than their counterparts, with some living up to 1,000 days, equivalent to around 80 human years. That's a significant increase. One thing is certain, the science is real, and the results are stunning. For instance, take the case of Dan Buettner, who lived to be 102 and attributed his longevity to a diet low in methionine. Surprisingly, methionine restriction has also been shown to increase your body's production of a specific enzyme that helps combat cancer cells. It's a bold claim, but the evidence is compelling. Will you take the leap and restrict methionine? The clock is ticking, and every day counts. You have the power to make a change, to potentially add years to your life. It's not just about living longer, it's about living healthier, and that's a choice you can make today.